Hi there, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rachel Agasha, and on the channel we talk about everything the USA. If you're seeing my face for the first time, I already introduced myself. You're seeing Elizabeth for the first time, she's going to introduce herself. In today's video, we're going to be talking about all the things that you need to know before moving to the States to study. Yeah, so she was here before and she talked about her experience, how she got here and all those things. So if you've not watched that video, please go back and watch the video. Yeah, then also if you have any suggestions, if you have things that you want her to talk about, leave them in the comment section. Like I already said, do not feel the need to attack us. Please don't. Oftentimes we share from our experience, and if you have a different opinion about something, we're trying to educate. We're trying not to educate really, but to inform, share, and we do it all from our experiences. So if you have something to say or something that you don't agree with that we just say, just leave your opinion in the comment section and we shall get to that. Questions as well, all that we shall get to. Elizabeth.
Thank you so much, Rachel. I'm so excited to be back today and yes, to talk about the things you need to consider. My name is Elizabeth. If you're seeing my face for the first time, I am a lawyer by profession, also a business professional and a businesswoman. I also love to talk to people. I love people so much. So that explains why I'm here, and so let's get started.
Yeah, so what were those things? I mean, I know different people are going to different places, different countries and all those things, but for you, what did you do to prepare before coming to this country?
Okay, so one of the things that I actually had to really think about was what schools are good in my profession. What law schools? So I focused on the top 14, T14 law schools. So if you're going to do IT, if you're coming to do medicine, if you're coming to do business, so if you're thinking I need to go and do an MBA, you're going to be looking at Kellogg, you're going to be looking at Harvard Business School, you're going to be looking at what's the school at UPenn? I forget the name, but yeah, those are like the top 3 business schools. If you're talking medicine, I have no idea. Never been my field, but yeah, different universities have different specialties. So that is one thing you consider.
So basically, do your research.
Know
where
your
it is
research.
that you want to go, and of course, at this point, you know what exactly you want to do.
Yes, and the other thing that you will have to consider is also your long-term plan, because if you leave the US with an education and go back home, you're a big deal. If you're in the US, not so much, because you're competing with people who have gone to Stanford for undergrad, and gone to Harvard for postgrad, and gone to Columbia for PhD. So when you come and say a university that they've never heard of, it's easier to tag on the big names or on the great schools that they're also really, really great, like public universities that have good scholarships, and also that is really
another thing to consider.
And then you will need to look at, for me, this was a very, very big factor because I didn't have much money. So the cost of living of the city to which you're going. I got into Berkeley. I looked at the cost of living in California. It was crazy. There's no way I was going to California. No way. You realize that if you go to certain like Philadelphia, it's going to be cheaper than Washington DC, it's going to be cheaper than Chicago. If you go to New York, it's crazy. So you also think about all those things, because this is going to be your home for a year, for 2 years, for 3 years, depending on how long your program is. So that is also a major factor. The third thing I looked at was who gives scholarships. That information is available online. They will tell you if they admit, let's say, 1,000 people, they will tell you that all of them maybe got a scholarship. So at least you have a starting point to bargain for more. And that's what I did. They gave me a figure, and yeah, it was back and forth until I got something that I felt, okay, this is good enough for me to, I can work with this. And there are other places that actually, so recently a friend of mine told me, when you look at like the big public universities, they will actually have funding for the PhD programs. Even the university I attended, they have like fully funded 6-year PhD programs, and some of them actually dual degrees. Like you get to do a master's and a PhD in the 6 years. So those are really, really big considerations. Other people will consider family. Like, oh, I know I have an uncle or a cousin or a friend who lives in New York, so that is where I want to be. So those are really some of the considerations that I based on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was your overall experience? I mean, you decide to do this. Did everything go smoothly for you? Were there times when you felt like, oh, maybe I should have rethought this, or maybe I should have done this way or that way?
Again, it depends on your long-term plan. With the information that I have now, there are certain decisions I would rethink. Yeah, I don't think I would come here to do an LLM. I would have probably done my MBA here instead of where I did it. Because then it would give me more time to get used to the place, get into the system, make connections and all of that. I don't necessarily regret my decision. I just feel like there is more to it. There's more knowledge now, and I could make better decisions. Yeah, and it didn't. I just feel like it's life. Life never goes in a straight line.
Sure.
So there's no such thing as I wake up and everything goes according to plan.
Sure.
No, it doesn't work like that. And I just always tell people, cry if you must, complain if you must, sulk, sleep it off, but just keep going. Crawl if you must, run, walk, whatever you have to do, because at times you'll be able to walk. There are times you'll sit, because that's the best you can do, and it's good enough. And some days, if all you do is breathe, that's also fine.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you keep going.
Sure.
So yeah, there were hiccups here and there. You get to a school, they don't give you any scholarship. You I don't know. It's a lot that goes in. True. It's a lot. But it's worth it.
Okay. Yeah. So we don't intend for this video to be very long. Lastly, what advice would you give to that person who's trying to figure things out? Because it can be hectic. I know it's a lot of work.
It's a lot.
What advice would you give to that person who's struggling with making their decision right now?
Surround yourself with people who have walked ahead of you. That is the best advice. True. Because my transition was easy because I had too much information. Much as I still feel like I could have had a better plan if I knew what I knew then, but I had people who prepared me. So by the time I got here, I had a plan. I had set a plan in motion. I had, made applications and sent my degrees for evaluation to certain places because I had a plan to get there. And all that was because I had information. So, and I know Google is amazing, but first-hand experience is better. Sure. Yeah, because sometimes you don't even know what to look for when you Google. So I would say reach out to her. She's here, so she must know a thing or two. And she's still alive and looking good. So she must know a thing or two. Reach out to me. I am happy to help because it's a lot. The personal statements, how to navigate certain things. It's a lot, but that's why we're here. We went ahead of you so that we can help.
So we shall be sharing contacts. If you feel the need to reach out to Elizabeth directly, let me know. Do not hesitate. I mean, the reason why we're doing this is so we can help someone out there. Like I've already told you, if I had this information, maybe my life would be better. It's not like I'm complaining, but we do this so that someone out there doesn't have to go through the things we went through or hustle the same way we hustled. So we shall see you in our next video. We hope we gave you a reason to subscribe. Be sure to leave a like for the video. If you have any comments, you have any suggestions, you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I try to get back to all those questions. I try to reply to all those comments. So if you have anything to say, anything to ask, leave it in the comment section and we shall get back to you. So we shall see you in our next video. Take care and stay safe.
Bye.
Bye-bye.